What's going on, everybody? This is another episode of Boxing Therapy. I'm your host, Lyndon Jones Jr. I'm a little late with this. There was a Showbox Cardinal Showtime Sports last night, covering, I guess, the first fight that came on between Emmanuel Robles, who was 15-1-1 with 5 KOs, versus Kenneth Smith Jr., who was 10-0 with 3 KOs. He's they're fighting at the super bantamweight division. For most of the fight, Kenneth Sims Jr. he was very dominant with his boxing, because he basically had to stay on the back foot the whole fight. Robles, I would say he was the much more aggressive fighter, but his aggression, I guess he didn't. I would say he didn't come at Sims properly, because he'd follow him. He cut off the ring real good, but the only real good punch that Robelas really landed was his left hand, was that straight left. It's kind of more like a left or a left hook. He would mainly land on him, but that was pretty much it. Because the only really good round I had scored for him was round 6, where it seemed like Sims had gassed out. Because Sims, I guess from what they told me, that Sims hasn't gone any further than 6 rounds in his career thus far. But granted, he didn't, because he got his mouthpiece knocked out that round, and they even deducted a point, because I think that was the second time his mouthpiece came out from a left and a right hand combination to Sims from Robelis. But pretty much what I saw from this fight, because Kenneth Sims Jr. I think they said he had about 250 amateur fights, which that's a pretty good amateur background for somebody coming to the sport. Because that definitely means he's definitely got some ring IQ. Definitely knows what's going on. And just by watching him, he's got a very nice arsenal. He knows how to handle himself pretty well. He was, like I said, he was staying on the back foot the whole night. He was throwing the jab, getting his combinations in, bouncing back out. He was turning Robelis constantly, just turning him. Not letting him, not leaving himself set for Robelis to really catch him at all. But what else did I want to speak on this fight about real quick? Yeah, because he's in the super bantamweight division. Because who's in the super bantamweight division right now? You got Guillermo Rigondeaux, top dog. You got Nonito Donaire, Hugo Ruiz, Jonathan Guzman, Moses Flores, Scott Quigg, Genesis Cervana. I've never heard of him. He's 27-0. Ray Vargas, Julio. See, I don't even know how to pronounce that. I almost want to say it's Julio Ceja, because I know the J's in Spanish are pronounced like H's. So I'm pretty sure it's how. Randy Cabello. Now that was I'm just looking at Sky Sports top 10. I'm just trying to get a gist of who's the big names in the division right now. Even though he's only 10. Now he's 11-0, but But at least, it's another good face to see in the super bantamweight division. Because that's something good. So hopefully, I see him again, watch him on Showbox, because he won the unanimous decision over Robles. Even though Robles is not necessarily a bad fighter, it was just, styles make fights, and Sims had his number that fight. So that pretty much covers it for this little fight, because I think there was 2 more fights I had to cover, or 3 more. I can't remember, because they had 3 or 4 fights. But I was just covering this one, catching up, because I got a Bellator that I'm covering tonight. But besides that, I'm going to end it on this note. If you guys got any questions, for this, leave a comment below. You can subscribe to my channel, Boxing Therapy, for fight highlights, with big fights, or any, because I try to post highlights on my Instagram page of Boxing Therapy, so you guys can check that out too, and I'll catch you guys later.